What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program, Kerbal Done Right. And this is part 11, and we are almost to the mountainside thing that we were aiming for. And so with this, we've already got the report for flying over Kerbal Highlands, because we are already currently over the Highlands, which is very nifty indeed. Now, because we are flying, we could also do the temperature readings, which I've already done. So it's just temperature readings over the while flying over the Highlands. The planes are right over there, but the planes are also on the other side of this. So if we manage to land this on a relatively flat surface, we can take off again and fly our way over there. But I'm terrible at landing this thing without these two parachutes, which is why they're here. They recommend that newbies put on the parachutes to land with, because I don't know how to land this thing otherwise. I really don't. I mean, I know it has something to do with killing the throttle and then putting on brakes, but we don't have air brakes, so it's not going to work very well. And these landed wheels can't really take too much of a hit. So with that, we are almost at our goal here. If we can land on this side surface over here, we can drive ourselves to a flat plains area. Probably over there, maybe. But yeah, as long as we land on a relatively flat area, we can drive the rest of the way pretty easily. We're almost above where we need to be. A good strategy is to look down and watch where your shadows are, but at the same time, I don't have shadows on because my graphics are set on low. I'm playing on a laptop, so yeah, I kind of have to have it on low. You also get this observation material while flying, period. So, yeah. It's always the same while flying, so you have to actually land on these areas with it. And I believe that is our mark for being above this surface. But we're going to wait until we can clearly see ourselves on the other side here before we pop the chutes. In which we also need to change the altitude to about 2K, because those cliffs are pretty high up there. And so yeah, there we go. We are clearly above the other side. We're going to kill the engine. We're going to pop the chutes and put on our brakes at the same time. I don't want my plane landing sideways, so come on. We're gonna just land it nice and softly, straight down. And this is what the parachutes are for. They slowed me down drastically, as you've seen there. We're gonna go ahead and speed up some time. It'll end up picking us up nicely, and we should land relatively smooth. And I'm pushing the nose up because it is trying to nosedive it a little bit, and this will also make us land towards that area straight ahead of us, that area there, and it'll be kind of like that around that area somewhat. But as we go closer down here, we're going to start losing more speed, which is good. Once I see us get really close to the land, I'm going to have to put it back down to 1 speed, because it gets a little bit tricky to land if you're not careful. It'll take off the wheels and you'll just crash. So we don't want that. We want Valentina to live. Valentina is our favorite Kerbal. And as you see, the forces are starting to level us out a little bit, right like so. We are now completely flat leveled, and we will land relatively great right down in the middle there, which is good. Because then we can get out, we can explore the Highlands, we can take pictures of that mountain over there. Yeah, be a total tourist over here. We can land on those mountains, but it is very tricky to do, and landing on the side of it would not be good, because we'll just fall all the way down rolling, which would probably make us all explode. Not good. Not good at all. So yeah, we're just gonna land right over here. We're roughly 3,000 meters up. I probably could have made that a little bit less of a drop thing for it, because we're going to be about 5 meters a second when it hits 2K, because of when I release it into full parachute. It's not even in full parachute right now. Or at least it's not supposed to. Maybe it is, I don't know. It looks like it is, but it's not supposed to until about 2K meters, unless that's 2K above the surface where I'm landing at. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But it looks like we're going to be landing on our side, so we do want to rotate a little bit that way if we can. If we can't, I'm not sweating it. We have our brakes on, so we should be fine. I just don't want to break that wing. It's going to hit. Oh man. We broke our wing off. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. So this is even with our brakes on, and our brakes are doing absolutely no good. No good at all. So we're going to turn our thrust on just a little bit to slow us down some. We are falling pretty far down there. Alright. We will keep this data. Kill the engine. Turn out the brakes. Are we going to slide backwards? Yeah. Alright. Okay, so it's gonna force us to slide backwards like so. But that's okay, we'll just put our brakes on again. We lost both wings in that mess. Surprisingly, we didn't lose the back ones, but that's okay. And while we're waiting for that to slow us down, we're going to release some goo from Kerbal Mountains. So we're actually in a completely different zone here. Not what I was hoping for. We kind of slipped out of the zone of the... oh no. Oh buddy. Alright, we got to turn our thrust on a little bit to get rid of that. That's some serious speed coming on from that. We are almost on completely flat ground, I believe. This is pretty tricky. Our landing got botched because we landed sideways, which is not fun. I wasn't anticipating that. I wasn't trying to get it to land sideways either. I was actually trying to straighten it out. Alright, turn off the brake. Are we still rolling? I think we're good. Nope. Never mind. Still rolling. We should be good right in this spot here though. Are we still downhill? Yeah. Oh man, we're so bad. Such a bad situation to be in here. Looks like it's starting to go uphill on the other side there, so we should be flat right about there. Let's roll back just a little bit more. Put on the brakes and keep rolling back a little bit by a little bit. And we will eventually be on flat ground. Come on now, where's the flat ground? Right here? I think that's good. Okay, well, either way, brakes are on. No thrust is on, so we should be alright. Crew report from the mountains. Keep that data. We'll go ahead and use the observation material bay. And 7.5 signs from the mountains. We're going to go ahead and keep that as well. We're going to EVA her. And do our basic EVA while flying over the mountains. And then we're going to land. And take the data, or store the data, take the data, store the data. Reboard the vessel, and we're going to now go back up to the Highlands because we need to do the experiments there. But first we're going to get the temperature reading of this place. Okay, 2.4 signs there. That landing kind of really messed up my plans there. I wasn't actually planning on having to take this thing back to the base, but because we lost our wings, we can't take off again. And if we could, that's one really weird takeoff, because those are the only things we'd be flying with. I don't think it's gonna work. So anyway, we can move forward. I'll put a little bit of thrust on. We're gonna have to go forward now and kind of turn ourselves a little bit that way. We're not aiming up to that big mountain there anymore. We're gonna just kind of head off this direction. And because we're going uphill, it's gonna be a bit of a trick to get a steady speed without going too fast. Okay, apparently not. There we go, 18.1 steady. Keep going up. And we're going up and up and up and up. And the steeper we go, the more we have to put thrust on. We want to keep it roughly 12 meters a second if we can. Alright. Alrighty, here we go. Just kind of coax it from there. And when we get to the Highlands, we will be set and possibly be able to drive to the plains as well. This is still the mountains. It was the Highlands when we first landed. Kill the engine, it's going a little bit too quick. That speed will die down quite quickly because we're going uphill still. So I don't sweat going fast uphill because it's not going to be a big issue. Alright. Speed back up. Come on, speed up. Go. You're not speeding up. There we go. Turn it a little bit more. I don't like being sideways on this hill, because that's how we lost our wings in the first place. Alright, this should get us above that. Are we in the Highlands again? Yes, yes we are. Awesome. Alright, put on those brakes. Kill the thrust. Now let's see if we can get our temperature reading here. Okay, scans are quite literally nominal. Alright, have her EVA. EVA report while flying above Kerbal Highlands. Uh-oh. Oh good, we're gonna roll all the way down the hill. Come on now, we don't want to do that. I think we may be messed up now. We gotta get back on there. So, I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. Maybe like so. Is it gonna work? Oh, we did it, guys. That is cool. She totally climbed up that thermometer. Alright, so can we store it now? No, we gotta get up there. Alright, store data, take data, store data. EVA report, and she is in the Highlands now. Yep. And board the vessel again. Now how far are we out from planes? We seem to be quite a ways, so I'm just gonna go ahead and call it there. We don't need to go any further. And so that should be good. Let's go ahead and recover it and see what we get. And that's our first space plane, guys. It's pretty neat. So we're up to 98 science. 37.5 for that venture. See how easy it is to gain this stuff? And we also gained a lot of funds from that as well. And we have some debris over here, which is our wings. We actually have the wings that we lost. They're going to give us some money back. We're going to go ahead and take all that money back. Alright. That's good. Now let's go spend this science. So flight control is alright to have, but I'm not really caring too much for that. I'm leaning towards space exploration because it gives us the ladders and it also gives us the pressure barometer, which is pretty good because that allows us to take the temperature of the atmosphere in all those regions we just did all the other experiments in. Pretty important, pretty easy. Going down the science path will get you all the other unlockables very easily, very quickly. So it's always it's a good idea to pursue the science path most. But I'm not gonna care too much for doing all that. We can get it from space pretty easily. All we gotta do is get into space, and this isn't working. It's not like dragging it right. There we go. We could research into landing, which gives us new landing gear, which is alright because it tolerates 50 meters a second crash tolerance, which is good for braking easily. So aside from that, we get some new parachutes and all that, but we're not going to go that route either. Instead, we're going to get advanced rocketry. We're going to research that. That'll allow us to get into space. And we're also going to get the general construction because of the struts and the electrical charger thing that holds a stability launcher. That's it. And that'll basically keep us so that we're steady for launch and we are set to go into space. There is still a lot more to do on Kerbal, or on Kerbin, but we're going to do all that off camera because it's basically the same thing, guys. And as we get the air pressure barometer, it's going to be the same experiments in all those same zones we just did in the past 3 episodes. So that's basically all that is, and we're going to repeat that for each and every science object that we get. Each and every time it'll give us more science and so on. And we can use that science to unlock more science gadgets, and as we get more science gadgets, more science, more stuff unlocked, so on. But we gotta get to space because we're starting to run low on money. We got to get some money flowing in here through tourists using the stuff here. So once we do all that, we'll have a bunch of money and we can upgrade this and this and this and that, and then we can make a successful launch perfectly with many parts. But for now, guys, that's going to be it for part 11. As always, keep sinful, keep alive, keep watching. I will see you when I see you next time.